Hi everyone, welcome back to The Shelves Have Eyes. I'm Phantom, and today we'll be doing an unboxing and review of Transformers Retro Line Autobot Gears. Look at that. Alright, standard things apply. Gears was released as part of the Legacy line, and he had a cartoon-accurate face. The Retro line restores his weird Autobot robot eagle beak, but it looks really good. I confess that I don't have the Legacy Gears toy, so I saw this one on a peg at Walmart and I said, okay, well, I don't own this figure in any form, so I may as well pick him up before he disappears too. You will notice that his chest plate is missing, and that is because it is right behind him in the package, just like the Legacy version. That is so that you get the detail of his inner gears, in his inner workings where Megatron took out his data disk circuit that he needed to power the Sun Devourer. On the back, we have the 1984 Autobot Decepticon Transformers mural tableau, where the main character appears to be Starscream, and Megatron is all the way down there really tiny. Once again, we have our usual blurb. It is a world of constant change, where things are not what they seem. It is the world of the Transformers, a world of heroic Autobots and evil Decepticons. So here we have Autobot, Gears, Function, Transport, Reconnaissance. Nobody wins a war, somebody loses. Gears is antisocial, a self-proclaimed misfit, finds fault in everything and everyone. Acts this way to help cheer others up as they try to cheer him up. So, pretty standard, and pretty standard for the figure as well. So, how about we free this guy from his plastic prison? Take a look. So here we have him. Gears, freed from his plastic prison, and surprisingly, he is left-handed because his blaster has a huge 5mm peg in the inside, so this is really the only arm he can hold it where it, well, I mean, he could hold it in the other one, but for accuracy, I'm going to just give it to him in this hand. So he's left-handed. All the colors pop. It is an excellently colored figure. I do not believe they have changed the coloration from the Legacy version of this figure. The big change is really just his head, which has brought back the ROM Space Knight kind of metallic beak that he had. Also, these things always bothered me. In the show, it looks like he has like a pharaoh headdress that goes over his, like, runs the entire length of his shoulders. And I always wondered, like, how does that work? How does he turn his head? And in the show, the entire thing moves, so his head looks oversized. Here, they've changed it so that it looks like it makes slightly more sense. And also, this figure was redecoed into the GoBot Littlefoot for a GoBot-themed exclusive set of minibots. And it actually is really smart to do that, because Littlefoot always looked like she had. Anyway, I'm not even going to get into that. It's a good head sculpt. I like it. I had the original Gears figure, as rudimentary as he was, and I really like this face. I like it much more than his robot, his cartoon-accurate face. Looking at it, he has the full range of motion that you would expect in all toys, modern Transformers, I should say. He has a double joint here in his elbow, so he can bring his hand entirely up to his shoulder, which is more likely than not present simply for transformation. He has rocker ankles, which is nice. Once again, things that you expect from a modern toy. His head doesn't have a lot of range of motion, but that's mainly due to the size of it. How dare you make me feel nice, Megatron? In any case, the figure looks really nice. It's solid. It's built solidly. None of the minibots really came with guns originally, so this is kind of a new thing, which is fine. I don't remember what his guns looked like in the show, so I can't say whether I recognize this particular weapon. Proportions are good. Proportions are very good, actually, as a matter of fact. Looking at his side profile, yeah, he looks a little flat, but his shoulders are correctly spaced in line with his head, unlike some other figures. He has an enclosed back, which is nice. There's no need for any filler pieces. Maybe a little filler back here for his feet, but I mean, from a side profile and from straight on, he looks great. He really does. This is an excellent figure, as you would expect from modern engineering. So let's transform him and see how that looks. And so there you have it. Here's Gears in his alt mode, which was a miniaturized, shrunk, super deformed pickup truck in the original Minibot. And here he's just a pickup truck with something undisclosed in the flatbed. It looks really nice. It's clean. I really like the transformation. Once again, I can't get over the transformation of the modern Minibot recreations. It's really amazing. Also, I should have turned his face around. I mean, it goes all the way back to Brawn. I was completely blown away by the Brawn Studio Series 86 figure. Gears, this is fantastic. I mean, this is the best Gears has looked in years, if ever, really. I don't really think we got any Gears figures in any of the previous lines like Titan Returns or War for Cybertron, the Combiner Wars, Power of the Primes, various other Transformers toy line names. So it's really nice to have a reimagined update of this particular character. I liked Gears. I had Gears as a kid. One of the first Transformers I owned, really liked him. I mean, simple transformation. I mean, he was a Minibot. He was a mini car, and he was from the 84 line. So, like, we're not talking Mensa level skills were not required to transform these original G1 figures. Not that I'm saying that you need to be a genius to do this. This was very intuitive. You saw where things were supposed to go, and then you figured out in your mind how you were going to get those pieces into those places. For the simplicity of the transformation, this is an excellent figure. It is simple, and yet it transforms elegantly, like Brawn's leg collapsing magic trick. This is another win. I mean, whenever you take a simple transformer from G1 and then update him for a modern line, and you give him modern articulation, and you give him a modern transformation, it never ceases to amaze me what you can do. Especially for characters like Gears, like Brawn, like Sea Spray. It's just, it's magic to me to see these old characters come to life in such an amazingly well put together new standard. This is a win. Total win. I'm happy with it. I don't really see any issues with it in terms of robot mode or alt mode. This is really, really cool. And I really wish I would have turned his face around. But no, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, aside from not giving Bumblebee his toy face shield, that, I mean, canonically looks a lot more like Goldbug, the Retro Series has done absolutely no wrong. I mean, these look fantastic. I don't think I would go back and get the Legacy version of Gears, because I prefer this face to the cartoon accurate version. I don't think these colors are any different, version to version. If anything, maybe they're a little brighter, but I don't have the original toy to compare it to, so I can't really tell you. But no, this is fantastic. I am loving the Transformers Retro line, and I want them to release every single Minibot from Autobot, Decepticon. I want them to do a new Reflector. Give me everything in this line. A deluxe class price point, superior engineering, great character choices. I mean, it runs the whole 9 yards. This is a total win for me. Really happy I picked it up, and if you have the opportunity to pick it up, I strongly advise you to do so. Gears was part of the initial wave of the Transformers mini-cars, later redubbed mini-vehicles and later mini-bots, and was featured prominently in media at the time, from children's books to the G1 cartoon and the Marvel comics. He's usually an irascible pessimist, complainer, whiner, and general pain in the diodes, usually. More recent media has changed his personality a bit here and there. Despite these annoying personality quirks, he's generally a good sort, and his attitude is sometimes revealed to be an act, put his comrades at ease. Actor Don Messick voiced Gears, Ratchet, and Scavenger in the G1 cartoon, and his voice should sound familiar to anyone who's watched cartoons from the 1950s through the 1990s. He was a Hanna-Barbera stalwart, voicing Bam Bam Rubble, Astro, Godzuki, Boo Boo, and Scooby-Doo, just to name a few, and was Frank Welker before Welker was Welker, performing animal noises and assorted sound effects. He was also the original Droopy Dog, as well as Balin, Theoden, the Mouth of Sauron, and additional voices for a host of Rankin Bass cartoons, both television and movies. His voice for Gears had a bit of an accent, and was more nasal than Ratchet or Scavenger. Gears was a crowd filler in the G1 cartoon, seen and heard but making no great impression in the beginning. He helped locate Ravage in the pilot series, had a few lines in resultant episodes, but only really headlined one episode, Changing Gears. Changing Gears highlighted his curmudgeonly personality, and showed off the unique circuit stored in his chest that this toy includes. It's about the biggest role Gears has had in any media. Present is the most polite way to put his existence. He's present as a member of the original ARC crew in the US-UK comics, and has a memorable team-up with Marvel's Spider-Man in issue 3 of the US comic, but mainly remained a background character until being destroyed or disassembled by Starscream during the Underbase saga. He fared little better in the 2005 IDW series, appearing in crowd scenes before joining the crew of the Lost Light in More Than Meets the Eye. Even there, he did little of any circumstance, again relegated to background cameos throughout the ship's big events. He did support Getaway's mutiny, and was turned into a spark eater when Adaptus and Scorponok took the ship, but a round of concussive maintenance by First Aid returned him to normal. He survived and was present at the Lost Light decommissioning ceremony. Gears did get his due in the 2019 IDW continuity, where his pressurized air jets returned to the fore, as did his recalcitrant personality. Here he was a perpetual mentee to Autobot genius Wheeljack, who ended up with a major chunk of action aboard the Winged Moon when its tether to Cybertron was cut by Rogue Titan Vigilum. His pressurized air jets being perfect for low-gravity maneuvers, he nevertheless required frequent assistance from Space Security Chief Cosmos. Following several attempts to prevent the moon from crashing into Cybertron's sun, as well as escalating Decepticon attacks, the pair returned to Cybertron. After some comic relief moments with Hound and Hoist en route from Iacon to Darkmount, Gears reunited with Wheeljack and assisted in the evacuation of the planet. Following an attempt to stop a swarm of Insecticon clones that ended up succeeding due more to sheer luck than skill, the pair boarded the final arc and left the planet. There you have it. Retro Edition Gears. A total win. Go and pick it up if you find it. It's excellent. Worth every penny. I mean, obviously, if you have the Legacy version, you probably don't need to go out and buy this one unless you, like I, have some kind of weird, atavistic love for the original G1 toy head. And look, there's his microprocessor. I don't know if this was... It's not detailed. I'm sure Repro Labels has put out a set for him. Go out and buy him! Thank you very much for joining me. This guy's going right on the shelf. I've been Phantom. This has been The Shelves Have Eyes. Have a good night, y'all.